What happens in the dark will always come to the light. My name is Marissa, and today we are shedding light on the case of Rebecca Park out of Michigan. I have the official affidavit of probable cause that was submitted to the courts in the case of the people of the state of Michigan in Wexford County versus Bradley and Courtney Bartholomew. Now, this affidavit is quite lengthy, so this will take multiple parts to read through. However, that's exactly what I'm going to do is just read through the affidavit, no commentary. This may be very difficult for some to hear or listen to, so please, if this is not something that you can handle, please scroll on. I just want to give that forewarning. This may be very triggering. So let's get into the affidavit. A duly sworn police officer with the Wexford County Sheriff's Office attests to the following facts based on personal investigation or swearing to the facts as presented by a fellow sworn deputy sheriff to establish probable cause that the crime of homicide first degree, premeditated, felony murder, torture, conspiracy to commit torture, assault of a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, conspiracy to commit assault of a pregnant individual causing miscarriage or stillbirth, unlawful imprisonment, removing a deceased body without the consent of the medical examiner was committed by the defendant, and the affiant is respectfully seeking a warrant for the defendant's arrest. On November 4th, 2025, at 12:44, Wexford County Central Dispatch received a call from Kimberly Sue Park, reporting that her sister Rebecca K. Park had not been seen since November 3rd, 2025, at approximately 23:30 at 30 South 21.5 Road in Boone Township of Wexford County. Deputy Reed began Wexford County Sheriff's Office Incident Report 83-2502044 as a missing person investigation. At the time of the report, Rebecca Park was 38 weeks pregnant and living with her boyfriend, Richard Lee Fowler, at 1531 North 41.5 Road in Cedar Creek Township. Deputy Reed spoke with Courtney Marie Bartholomew, who is Rebecca Park's biological mother and lives at 30 South 21.5 Road. Courtney reported that she was with Rebecca Park the prior night until approximately 8:30 p.m. when an unidentified friend picked Rebecca up from Courtney's residence. Courtney had picked Rebecca up from 1531 North 41.5 Road to spend some time together and get ice cream from Culver's. On the way to Culver's, Rebecca told Courtney she needed Tide Pods, so Courtney returned to her address to get some Tide Pods for her. Courtney went to the residence, grabbed the Tide Pods, and came outside. When she came outside, Rebecca told her she was going to wait at the residence for a friend to pick her up. They waited a couple of minutes, and a black sedan with tinted windows pulled across the road from the residence. Rebecca proceeded across the road and got into the front passenger seat of the vehicle. Courtney did not know the specific make or model of the sedan or the number of occupants in the car. She could not tell if the driver was male or female. She said after this, she did not see Rebecca again. Courtney reported to Deputy Reed that she was contacted by Rebecca's fiancé, Richard Fowler, regarding her location later that night. Courtney informed Rich that she did not know where Rebecca was and that she had left with a friend. Courtney was contacted by Kimberly Park the morning of November 4th, 2025, and was sent a screenshot of the location where Rebecca Park's phone was pinging at. Courtney told Deputy Reed that she proceeded down the road on West 26th Road, where she found Rebecca's phone lying by the 2-track just off West 26th Road. This location is less than 200 yards from 30 South 21.5 Road. Courtney checked the phone and thought Rebecca may have dropped it when she was using the restroom. Courtney reported that she took the phone to Richard Fowler's residence on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, and turned it over to him. The Sheriff's Office issued a press release on Tuesday, November 4th, 2025, identifying Rebecca Park as a missing person. She was also entered into the Law Enforcement Information Network as missing. On Wednesday, November 5th, 2025, Detective and Lieutenant Pisker met with Kimberly Park when she arrived at the Wexford County Sheriff's Office. Park had suggested that she might know where Rebecca Park is when she arrived at the Sheriff's Office. When I asked her about this, she played me a voice message from Courtney Bartholomew that said that Aria Clark had called her and said that 2 people in a car had pulled up to the Revival Center looking for Narcan, and said that the pregnant woman that's missing, quote, got what she effing deserved. Courtney stated that it was Serena Rausch that said something to Rusty, that is Clark, Aria's father. She also added, quote, "I guess it was an older guy that your sister left with." When asked Kimberly if she knows where she is at, she answers that the only older guy that Rebecca talks to is Stephen Billett and calls him a, quote, pervert. Park believes that Billett drives a black sedan, adding, quote, "like Courtney said. Stephen Billett was contacted and did not appear to have contact with Rebecca Park. During the interview with Kimberly, she showed Detective Lieutenant Piscar a Blue View brand Model 4 cellular telephone, which says, quote, Rebecca Park's phone on the home screen. Kimberly reported that she had looked through the phone and observed that the last communications on the phone reporting a missed video call from, I won't say this email address because they posted it, on Friday, October 3rd at 8:43 p.m. The last text message was on Sunday, and the last phone call was to Courtney Bartholomew on Sunday, November 2nd at 21:14. Kimberly identified that Rebecca uses her phone regularly and daily, and because she did not see any communications on Monday, November 3rd, 2025, she suspects that records of phone activity on the 3rd may have been deleted. Kimberly reported that Rebecca is known to regularly delete communication records from her cellular phone. Kimberly then played another voice message on her phone from Courtney Bartholomew, who can be heard explaining, quote, "Okay, when Randy passed away, I was told that your sister had something to do with it. That would give Randy's family a schmurder revenge thing because she was involved when it came to Randy," end quote. On the message, Courtney suggested, quote, "So Stephen Billett is connected to Randy's family, so I would definitely be looking at them," end quote. When I asked Kimberly if she trusted Courtney, she responded, quote, "Not really." On Thursday, November 6, 2025 at 13:55, Detective Lieutenant Piscar obtained a search warrant for the Blue View 4 cellular telephone that had been entered as property in the incident at item 54. The cellular device was submitted to the Michigan State Police Computer Crimes Unit on the same date at 15:16. On Saturday, November 8th, 2025, members of All County Search and Rescue and Christian Aid Ministries Search and Rescue, with 36 personnel comprised of 5 teams, searched the area where Rebecca Park was last seen and the area where her cellular telephone was recovered from. No additional evidence was identified. During this time, numerous tips and leads were coming in and were being actively investigated. However, none located Rebecca Park. I'm going to pause here and make sure you're following me to get all these parts, and I will see you in the next one for part